Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today we've got another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 Prestige class description for you. And today, coming at you from the Complete Divine, we got ourselves the Entropomancer. So we're going to be talking about what is the Entropomancer. We're going to be talking about what it takes to become an Entropomancer. We're going to talk about what you get as an Entropomancer. And finally, we're going to talk about how good the Entropomancer is and how you might use it in a build. So let's get started. So first off, the Entropomancer. What are they? Well, basically, they are a divine caster that is really obsessed with nothingness. They really like the nothingness that is typically found like within orb of annihilation. They've become very fascinated with that, and they've developed the ability to make their own miniature orbs of annihilation, and that they can manipulate. And eventually, they learn how to control orbs of annihilation considerably better than most could. So yeah, that's basically what they are. Kind of impressive in a sense. So let's talk about what it takes to become an Entropomancer. So first off, you can't be good. So any non-good alignment will work. Then concentration 5 ranks, okay, and knowledge arcana 5 ranks. All right, interesting. That requires knowledge arcana and also divine casting. Interesting little mix up there. You have to have great fortitude and magical aptitude. Not the greatest feats out there. Great fortitude is just going to give you a little bit of a bonus to your fortitude save. Bonus to fortitude save is good and all, but hard to say if that's worth a feat or not. And magical aptitude, that gives you a nice little buff to use magic device and spellcraft. And not the best of feats out there, but it's not completely horrible. And spells, able to cast level divine spells. Okay, interesting. But that's what it takes to get in. So let's talk about what you get as an Entropomancer. So first off, you are going to get yourself a nice D8 hit dice, so that's pretty good. You get a average base attack bonus. You get a good fortitude and will save, which is nice, but a bad reflex save, so not terrible on that department. Skills are 2+ int. The skill list is acceptable. It's not great, but it works. It has all the key casting skills at the very least. So you get that. That's your main chassis. Now you're also going to get a few things like you're going to get spell casting at every even level. You will gain one. You will advance your spell casting level. So that kind of sucks that it's only half casting, but it is what it is. That's kind of the biggest drawback for this. So you're also going to get Shard of Entropy, which basically you get this at first level. Basically, twice a day you can create a little miniature shard of shard of annihilation or orb of annihilation, and kind of functions like it. You can move it around, and it'll just damage anything it passes through, as well as anyone who happens to be in the same square as it. So it's a fairly potent little thing that you get twice a day that'll last for several rounds. It's not bad, and you can move it around. It gets stronger as you level up. First, it's only doing a few d6 points of damage, but that goes up and up. And by 9th level, it's actually starting to suck creatures in within 15 feet. Now the bull rush attempt isn't great that it has. I think it's only got a +11, which is kind of weak, but at least that's something, and then it might push something in. So it is what it is. Let's see. They also get Entropic Field. Basically, they get a field around them that's with a radius equal to 5 times their level. So by 10th level, that's a 50-foot radius. Basically it's this field of entropy where like a lot of things can't happen. Like you can't heal. Wounds are extra devastating. So if anyone's wounded, they take an extra couple points of damage. Take an additional point of damage. Kind of nasty. I think that one comes at 7th level, but still, yeah, it's pretty bad. Get some interesting effects. Then you get Then sorry, 10th level you get control sphere. That just lets you control uh, an orb of annihilation better than most could, and it makes you immune to orbs of annihilation as well. So that's pretty nice. I suspect it's hard to say whether or not that would make you immune to your own shards of entropy, since they're kind of just shards of entropy are just miniature orbs of annihilation. But it doesn't specifically say, but that's a major DM call whether or not you'd be immune to that. But yeah, the only problem with that is orbs of annihilation are artifacts and can be difficult to get. But anyways, so that's what the Entropomancer gets. So let's talk about how good they are. Well, half casting kind of sucks, but some of their abilities are interesting. That 10th level ability is really nice. If you can get your hands on a few orbs of annihilation, you could potentially be very powerful, being able to control them much more freely than most. The problem, as I mentioned, those can be difficult to get since they're artifacts. You can't just buy those. You'd have to, hope your DM sent you on a mini quest to, get a hold of those. Now, if you said that's your goal is to find those things, I could see most DMs being like, okay, fine, we can, do some questing for that. Especially if you're just specifically hunting down orbs of annihilation. It would make sense for your DM to, allow you to try and get your hands on a few of them. So, but you'd have to do some, RP work in order to pull it off, and some questing, beat some dungeons, yada yada yada. But yeah, it could be potentially very beneficial. Um, some of the other abilities are all right. The lack of casting is unfortunate. 5 levels lost of casting. It's a lot, but it is what it is. Anyways, that's all I really have to say about the Entropomancer. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. Maybe subscribe to the channel for more D&D 3.5 content, because I do one of these on every single class, race, and prestige class in Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. So ring that notification bell so you never miss out on a video. Anyways, as always, I'm Mitch. I'll be seeing you